Welcome to Angel and Fairy Insights. I'm Courtney Long, angel communicator and fairy expert, and I'm so excited to see what the angels and fairies have to share with us for today. I can feel it's going to be a very powerful message today. We are working with the Power Animals, speaking of power, the Power Animals Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. And as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm calling on God, Source, Spirit, Universe, really just the energy of the divine, of that purest, highest vibration of love, calling on our angels and fairies and these beautiful animals, asking what messages are really important for us. And ooh, I like this one. First card that comes up is Opossum, and the message is about strategy. And it says, have a backup plan. Let me adjust my light real quick. Have a backup plan. And so the the first thing the angels and fairies are showing is this like little explosion of light. And they're saying, this is a time of illumination of your truth. Especially if you feel like you've not been quite living your truth, whether that is about your relationships, your life purpose, your health, your well-being, any ways that you are not living your truth. And I'm also hearing God's truth, and it could be the divine's truth, source's truth, whatever word resonates with you, but I'm going to use God just for simplicity in this moment. So it's like if you're not aligning with God's truth, which is the God within you, your higher self, if you're not aligning with your highest truth and the highest calling of your life, then you're not going to feel great. You're going to feel maybe discontent, maybe angry. You might feel sad, disheartened, like unhealthy, have problems with money. All kinds of things can unfold and unravel in a kind of disconcerting way when you're not aligned with the highest calling, the highest path for your life. And so this is a really important time for illumination. They're showing like all these smiley faces all around, kind of like a little emoji smiley face, but there's tons of them all around. And the angels and fairies are saying, get happy. Get happy. This is your time. And they're showing me now some race horses running in a race, and they're saying charge forward. It's like go forward with your truth and your dream, and don't hesitate. If you see a racehorse running in a race, the horse does not look side to side to see what the other horses are doing. The horse doesn't look backward toward the past. The horse is just like, I am running, and that is it. So keep going, charging forward with your truth, with your purpose, your path. And so I'm going to go back to the card. And so this is about strategy and having a backup plan. And this is very much about creating they're saying fortuitous plan. Fortuitous. I like that word. So creating your plan for what changes you're going to make in your life. And they're literally showing me it could be like a 1-month plan, then a 3-month plan, then a 6-month plan, year-long plan. Like really get real with yourself about what changes you really want to make and what you can realistically do right now, what you can realistically do in the next 6 months, in the next year. But they're just saying put paper to pen and make your plan. And of course know that plans can always change and shift, but it's really good in this earth plane, on planet Earth, to have some kind of plan, and then they're just saying to give yourself encouragement for making these really positive changes in your life so you can align with your truth. And this could even involve making a bunch of lists. You know, if you watch my videos, you know I'm always talking about lists. It could involve making a bunch of lists of like, what changes do you want to make in your work life? What changes do you want to make around money? What changes do you want to make around relationships? What changes around health? Like different areas of life. So you might feel a little overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I've got so much to do. But if you just take it slowly and create a strategic plan, that is key. And they're showing me a bunch of stars lighting up. And why are they showing? They're full of joy today. They're showing me a caterpillar that is crawling around the earth, like kind of swiveling up and down as it crawls. And it's a rainbow caterpillar. Oh, and they're just saying, you know, go at your own pace. It's like make these changes, but be gentle with yourself. It's like just keep moving forward, like the racehorse, but kind of like a caterpillar. And a caterpillar, I think this is fascinating. A caterpillar has to shed its skin several times before it goes into the cocoon or chrysalis. And so this is a period where we're just shedding our skins. We're shedding and releasing what no longer serves us, and really opening up our hearts to our truth and to being really, really in alignment. And so this might involve going within, really being honest with yourself. But there's something about this backup plan that I keep coming back to, and they're showing me a bunch of storm clouds and rain clouds, and they're just saying, it kind of goes back to what they were saying a little bit ago, that if you feel like something is just really off in your life, this is when it's time to really pull out the backup plan. It's like, what do you really, really want? What is your truth? What kind of life do you really want to be living? And you might already know what that is, but they're just saying, it's like, it's okay to have storm clouds. It's totally normal. But if you feel like your storm clouds are becoming more frequent, more consistent, something's not quite right, really, really be honest with yourself about what you're cultivating and what you want to be cultivating. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned in this. Okay, but being strategic. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other card. I feel like there's a little bit more with that, but I'm curious too, what are you feeling around this message? I'd love to hear if you'd like to comment below when we talk about strategy and talk about having a backup plan and being really honest about what your truth is. And maybe it's very different from what you've been doing. And I'll just share an example. For me is, when I'm teaching, I constantly have new topics coming to mind, and lately I'm having like a whole new wave of teaching content coming forward that is very different from what I've been teaching before. And so I'll be sharing it pretty soon, but it's like I've got to hold space for this new wave of energy to come in and to honor that divine guidance. No matter how weird it may seem or how scared I may be, it's like we've got to honor what our soul wants. Okay, next card. Oh my God, this is so funny. Of course the cards go hand in hand. This is Giraffe, and it's Foresight. And it says, you are able to see what is in store for the future. And what they're saying very clearly with this one is to trust your intuition, to look ahead. What kind of life do you want to live? What is your truth? And whenever they show me a giraffe, they'll often show me this image of like a giraffe looking out, almost having a higher, clearer perspective. Whereas our mind loves to pretend to be confused. The mind loves to create chaos, bless its heart, if the mind has a heart. But it's a sense of the mind just doesn't always look ahead, but your spirit, your soul looks ahead and can see what is coming for you and what you want to come. So don't get all bogged down by confusion or worries or the kind of small thoughts of the mind. Just go right up to your spirit, consult your soul. And you can do that in meditation. You can do it, they're showing me dance. You can do it in so many different ways, through prayer, through yoga, being in nature, whatever works for you. But consult your soul, because your soul knows what is ahead. And so how cool that these cards come up, because one is about strategy and planning ahead, and the other one is about having that foresight and just looking ahead. So they're even talking about possibly creating, I can't remember what that's called, but when you plan ahead, like you say, okay, here's my goal. My goal is I want to move to Alaska, or I want to create this new business, whatever it is. I'm just making up examples. And like, here's my goal. I want to be there within a year. Okay, so just put that on your calendar for a year from now, and then plan backward. What steps do you need to take to get there? And just putting all of that into place. And if you're like a really creative soul, sometimes the strategic plans are not the most fun thing. So if that doesn't come natural to you, maybe team up with a friend who is really strategic and who is really timeline oriented and can help you put a really nice plan into place. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Okay, let me see. They're also just saying for this week to be joyful as much as possible. Be joyful and don't give in to worry. Don't give in to worry. Just let yourself be free. And they're saying be free like a child. Play. They're showing me images of like hula hoops and playing in puddles of rain and making the best of situations, but also manifesting through play and through joy. Okay, perfect. They are so sweet. They're saying that's pretty much the message. They're just also sending you a big gift box, and it's got it's got a ribbon around it. It's like all closed up, but it almost reminds me of the feeling of getting a package in the mail. And so they're just saying, you know, something this week is a very big gift. It might seem like a storm cloud at first, and maybe it feels a little stormy, but it is a big gift, a very important gift. So for each and every one of us this week, I feel almost like, if I had to kind of say time frame, Wednesday almost feels like, to me, almost feels like midweek. There's something really, really impactful that we are almost like each manifesting or creating, but just receive that gift with a lot of love. And they're also saying with a lot of patience. A lot of patience for yourself, a lot of love, hugs for yourself, and lots of self-love, and just embracing this gift and the learnings and lessons in it. And I feel like it leads to or assists with this truth that you're lining up with, or this change that you're being guided to make. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, angels and fairies. If you have any insights or what comes to you, I'd love to hear from you what this message has meant to you. So we're talking about foresight, and also strategy, being strategic and lining up with your beautiful, beautiful truth. And if you haven't checked out my website for a free gift, there is a beautiful guided meditation on there for you. If you go to CourtneyLongAngels.com and then click on free gift. And also, I would just love to see you on my YouTube channel, Courtney Long Angels, and on my weekly Facebook Lives on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Courtney Long Angels. So I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you for being here, and I hope this has added a big boost of love and joy to your day and to your week. Thank you, angels and fairies, and really take a moment to honor yourself for the amazing being that you are. Give yourself a pat on the back, because that's what the angels and fairies are doing. They're giving you a big pat on the back, and they're saying, way to go. Woohoo! All right, sending you lots and lots of love. Mwah! I'll talk to you soon.